for a Tuesday night. Big time, big slate here. Hope you listened on Monday because I told Tony, man, watch out for those Pittsburgh Pirates. I just felt something coming from this team. So haven't haven't really locked in yet, but those Pirates were on fire on Monday. So that just tells you when there's big slates, when there's small slates, try to find ways to get different. You read the articles, windailysports.com, you check out the projection models, lineup optimizers, but look at that ownership on our optimizer because that changes things when you're looking at slates. And slates like this, now you have 13 games here. Dave, where do we start on such a big slate with pitching? Where do you want to go? Do you want to go up top? Do you want to go below? Do you want to get some under-owned guys on a big slate? Do you need bats? Where are you at with the salary? Where are you at with the pitchers?
Jay, this is a tough one. I think I'm going to punt on a lot of the top guys and try and target like the 9K, high 8 range and really pair two guys up there. If I had to lean on one of the top three, I'll lean with Nestor Cortez. He has had 2 starts against Tampa, had one that he had a great game going to shut out into the 9th inning. And just last week, you saw him again, lit up just 1 earned run. He's a guy with a 1.94 ERA on the season, 6-2. You just can't go wrong. I just don't know if he's going to give you much more than 22, 23 points. And for my money, I probably want to spend it a little lower down the range. I'm passing on Gausman and Cease. Gausman, he's been terrible in his last 4 starts, 6.35 ERA, less than 5 Ks in all those starts. And I think you've seen it. The White Sox are just hitting first in batting average over the last 2 weeks. So I'm fading him, fading Cease. He hasn't made it through the 5th. In a long time. He's
been a long time. It's been a lot of walks from the last time he made it to the 5th.
Yeah, once he's made it out of the 5th since May 7th. And it's not, and we're talking about a guy that they let go out there for 107 pitches a game. He just can't get there. So I look at Martin Perez. I know it's against my Phillies, but he had a very good start against them back in early May, 7 innings, shutout ball. In 10 of his last 11 starts, 2 earned runs or less. He only had that 1 blow up. So the guy's just been solid as can be. I kind of trust him. Phillies bat a lot of lefties. I think they'll struggle to hit the ball. He's not letting up home runs. In the past, he's let up home runs. Not this year, only 0.2 per 9 innings. So I like Perez a little bit.
Yeah, Perez, interesting guy. I'm with you on Cortez. If you're going up top, that's where I'll go with my money at 10-4. I think that's the safer spot with Gausman and Cease. Struggling out there. The game I do want to ask you about, San Diego's held up this entire year with Manny Machado doing his thing. Rough incident at first base, tripped. Looks like he avoided, the major damage here. But the San Diego team is definitely different without him in this lineup. Gallen's been super good the entire year, consistent. Probably going to be the D-backs all-star, I would say, at this point. You got him and Mania. They're in that 9K range, too. If you're coming off the top, what's your thoughts about this game?
Yeah, Gallen's pretty decent. The problem we're seeing is that without Machado, Cronenworth is just absolutely on fire. Hit another home run last night on Monday. Kim down at the bottom of the lineup is finding ways to just get you tons of value. They're a scrappy little team that's starting to catch a little fire. I'm a little nervous about starting either pitcher, mainly Manaea. I'd probably leave Gallen, but Manaea, let's look. He's been up and down all year. We liked him early in the season, but since May and June rolled around, he's been a tough pitcher. Diamondbacks in the last 2 weeks, number 1 against lefties. They're actually hitting 319 OBP, right up there first, slugging second. So it's a team that's been hitting lefties. I'm probably going to stay away from Manaea. A little too wild for my liking too. Got hit around his last outing. But I like your point. Gallen's been really solid, really sharp. I could lean on him. One guy right around that range too, Spencer Strider. As we've seen him get into the rotation now, 4 straight starts, right? He's really starting to get stretched out. Guy has 31 Ks in 19 innings in those 4 starts, averaging about 23 DK points. So a guy I'm really interested in and I think can attack a Giants team that's sitting there struggling the last 2 weeks in the bottom 5 in the league in most offensive categories, 25th in batting average.
Now, let me ask you about a guy that I was starting, throughout his first couple of starts, paid me off. Contreras from Pittsburgh going against Chicago. He's got some K upside here. You have some discount because he's been inconsistent. Have you been able to watch this guy out of Pittsburgh? And what's your thoughts on, this game? Chicago pitching at home shouldn't be that tough of a lineup to get through. He's done it before. He's got a 25-point start. He pitched well in his first game, against Colorado here. Struggled a little bit against San Diego and Atlanta, but those are two good offenses here. Contreras at this price tag or anybody else, look, there's 26 pitchers to pick from. So we could be talking about pitchers for like the next 20 minutes, but who's your top pitchers in this value range? If you don't like Contreras, who else do you like?
I do like Contreras. I like you. I was on him when he came up. That fastball slider combo, his slider batter's hitting 120 against. He's just tough in there. Chicago is just completely falling apart. Good hitting team at home, not very good on the road. I will have some shares of Contreras. I do like him. I will actually gamble a little bit with Jack Flaherty tomorrow. We did it tonight with Lance Lynn. Lance Lynn came and pitched real well in his second start of the season against Toronto. Now you're getting a similar guy with Flaherty. They're going to stretch him out to 75 pitches. We're hearing, Milwaukee's not a very good hitting team. Even tonight they get out, or last night they get out with 2-0 win. They just scrape a couple runs off Mikolas, but they're just not very good hitting. And I think you could get Flaherty going with 75 pitches. Probably get him going 5 2/3, 7,700. I think it's a decent value.
Yeah, you can go there. And look, we got to check ownership, throughout the day. I'm keeping an eye on it, while I'm making my builds. It's a big slate. If some of these guys end up becoming supremely, high owned up top, I will, go down deeper, and you hop in our expert chat, throughout the day. On Tuesday, we'll lock in there. But now, look, with 26 lineups to deal with and 26 pitchers, stacks, which of these offenses are you looking at? Which bats are you looking at to go out there and attack on Tuesday night?
I'll give you a sneaky one, and you talked about it at the top of the show, the Pittsburgh Pirates. I mean, Matt Swarmer is not very good. He's sitting there 8,300, but looking at his ERA on the season, 5.23. His last 2 games, 10 earned runs, and here's the hype that you're going to get. O'Neal Cruz. He came up, played for the Pirates, had it absolutely stunning game, 2 for 5 at the plate. His exit velo on his 1 triple was just – I think it's like 110, 112. He had a line drive to center that the center fielder couldn't cut off. He threw a 97-mile-an-hour fastball from shortstop, the highest rated throw from shortstop on the season. The kid's 6'7", playing shortstop. It's not.
I gotta see this. I gotta see this kid because I grew up playing shortstop. I was playing some ball tonight. I gotta see this. 6'7", and he's hitting with power. It's pretty nuts, man.
Yes,
it's like Aaron Judge playing shortstop is kind of a weird thing to look at, but we got to check that out. I played some Pittsburgh stacks, a lot of Pittsburgh stacks on Monday. I just wanted to get different. There will be some action there, but talk about some other slates, some other stacks that you think would be in a good spot. Any love for the Astros or the Mets? There's a game got over under 9. I'm kind of quiet on the Angels here. I just don't think they've been in good spots before outside of Trout. This lineup is struggling to hit. But any other teams you're looking at, the Red Sox against Brieske, you got over under 9 there. Could be a spot. You mentioned Pittsburgh. Where else are you looking on his lineup?
Yeah, I do like the Mets. Urquidy, he's kind of struggled lately, let up 3 earned runs or more in his last 4. So I think the Mets, with that lineup and how efficient they are at moving base runners, I think they have value. And I also am going to look at Seattle. James Caprielin has just been really bad. 9 homers are allowed in his last 6 games. You got a stack there where you can look at Julio, you can get France, you can get some action with a couple of their top hitters. I think you got a chance to attack Oakland there. So Seattle is a team I'll also look at. Boston's interesting. Brieske, I don't believe in, but he's had 2 straight good starts. One other team I'll say, keep an eye on the Washington Nationals. They hit the last game out on Sunday. They get Jordan Lyles, whose ERA is close to 6. Baltimore keeps rolling him out there. So Washington could be a sneaky stack, especially because they attack from the left with Soto and Bell.
Yeah, so before we get out of here, man, I don't want to not talk about potentially the best matchup on the board. You're wearing that red hat. The Cardinals against Chi-Chi, man. Like, that's going to be the most popular stack. You got a hitter's park, out in Milwaukee. You got a lineup that can mash anybody. This dude's let up 6 earned runs in 7 innings, 2 home runs. He probably shouldn't be in the majors, at this point. He's been mashed so many times out in Colorado, different lineups. I think St. Louis is going to get to this kid, and it's not going to be good. Load up the big bats. They're going to be popular here, but Goldschmidt, I'm not going to talk too much about it. Like, go anywhere 1 through 8, mishmash it up, down, left, right. Get 4 or 5 of these guys in this lineup. I think St. Louis is going to mash tomorrow, man. I just think good way to stack up your lineup would be St. Louis here in a dome in Miller Park. I like that. Before we get out of here, Dave, quick value spots. Do you have any value spots, or hit us with your favorite bets of the night, man? If you got big bets, you got props. I know you put out a props article pretty much every day on Win Daily. So anything you're eyeing at this point with props or bets?
Yeah, 4-0 yesterday. Big game out of Burns and obviously McClanahan coming through the K props. But,
Nice.
Still trying to settle in there where we're going to go. But, value, you got to look Sawinski and O'Neill Cruz. Those two in Pittsburgh.
Too cheap.
Too cheap. Too cheap right now. And Sawinski comes off a 3 home run game and still gets priced at 2,200. So I think those are good values against that. And as always, Gorman out in St. Louis, I think he made a good point with Chi. We just got to see it that they start him. They kind of give him every other day. So I think those are good value plays.
Yeah, there's so much pitching here that I feel like you should make some lineups. And the outfield for St. Louis is all cheap. So depending who they start in the outfield, you mish them up with a little bit of Arenado, Goldschmidt, Edman in there. Those three guys up top with whoever they start in the outfield. I'm going to be rolling out a lot of lineups. So Dave, appreciate you like always, man. Stop betting against your Phillies, man. I can't do it, man. I won't bet against my Mets, but
they're still going to win.
I won't be playing no Curdy against my Mets, that's for sure. Maybe if Verlander's out there, I might take a look, but can't be playing against my Mets, man. Hopefully we see you in the playoffs, but we'll see you more of you this week, man. We do these shows every single day. Hope everybody's liking and subscribing to the channel. Hop in expert chat on windailysports.com. A lot of free content. Sign up for a free membership. Hop in our expert chat. And then, like I said, keep at it. We're going to be winning some money. This is a big week of DFS. MLB is taking over, so there's not really much else you can be playing right now unless you're getting into some golf, as we do. We'll have a show tonight at 8 p.m. too. So check it out on Tuesday. And good luck in your games. Good luck preparing for golf. And it's going to be a strong summer season for the MLB. So continue on with everything, and we are out of here.